and welcome to Týrcast 11. My name is Heri Johansson and I am the guitar player and singer of Týr, and I am in Prague.
Bass player of Týr. Well, name Gunnar. In the Faroe Islands, you can see it right there. Yeah. Okay.
Just having a water refill here.
And I'm Ted, I'm the drummer. I'm back in Budapest after visiting some relatives the other day. Back in front of the bookshelf, as you can see. Hi.
Beautiful bookshelf. This is the 5th episode of our second season. We put out episodes on the 7th and 22nd at 5 p.m. Central European Time. You may be watching this on YouTube, where we hope you would subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell. You know how it works. This is now also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And I have my water refill. Cheers. If you're listening to it there, you can like it, download it, put it on a playlist, rate it, or whatever you can do on those platforms. I'm not really sure how that works. You may even be listening to this on patreon.com/Týrband, in which case you have early access to these podcasts, plus some extra material, and our eternal gratitude. Skål. Here, here. What? What on earth was that?
What? What now?
It was like the biggest pocket flask I've ever seen. Pure vodka, right?
It's a water bottle, man. No, it's just a stylish water bottle.
No, it's for your huge indoor
like perfume.
All right, look.
You know the alcoholics in older days in the Faroe Islands, they used to drink this cologne.
Yeah.
Aftershave.
It's not only on the archipelago. I mean, there are many alcoholics who drink it till this very day.
They smell wonderful.
Oh yes,
yeah,
they do.
Wonderful alcoholics.
Lovely.
Anyway,
people.
look. There's quite a few visual jokes on this podcast. So if you're listening on audio platform, you're gonna miss all our visual jokes, but. We can only encourage you to go to YouTube and check this out. By the way, on YouTube, we have just now passed 500,000 views on our channel. We have 7,000 subscribers.
So you viewers have nothing better to do, huh?
Apparently not, than listening to Gunnar's lame jokes. I just went over the statistics,
and the clarinet solo.
17% of our listeners who are now going to hear another clarinet solo from Gunnar.
No, I was just looking at it. Admiring.
17% of our views go to United States. 17 points to United States. 6. Say something in American.
Yeah,
what do you speak in America?
You have to repeat it in French. That's what they do in the.
How do you say 17 in French?
Prix. I have no idea.
I knew that
wow.
I forgot.
I don't. Yeah, darn tootin', that's American.
Darn tootin', I forgot.
6% of our viewers are from Deutschland.
Vielen Dank.
Liebe
Maybe
Grüße
those are
nach
the
alle in
activists,
Deutschland.
aren't they, no?
The activists keeping a good track of what we are doing.
Yes, I think so too.
They are the 1.5% in France, maybe. 5% of our listeners. 5% of our listeners are in Brazil. What do they speak in Brazil?
Obrigado, Portuguese.
Thank you. I can't say anything except obrigado in Portuguese. Gunnar, what's your best Portuguese phrase?
Blah.
Blah? That's beautiful. I mean, you're a poet.
Image fish. No.
3% of our listeners are in Mexico, where they speak Espanol. And muchas gracias, Mexico.
Yeah.
Wait, I can say something in Spanish. It's
¿Dónde están mis pantalones, joder?
Mis pantalones, exactly. Arriba, abajo, al centro, pa dentro.
Yo bebo agua.
Sí, sí, señor. Uno
Le
más,
grande
por favor.
cerveza. Por favor.
Una grande cerveza. 1.5% of our listeners, excuse me, on YouTube are in France, and another 1.5% in the United Kingdom. Hello,
Hey.
jolly old England.
I won't even try to pronounce English like that. I
lo-
have a fat accent, and let's keep it that way.
It's beautiful. At least it's Faroese. There's nothing better than English with a Faroese accent.
Yeah, I can do it even thicker. I think. I think I can do it thicker.
You think you could?
But it's not really worth it. But fuck it anyway.
You think you could imitate that, Thaddeus? English with a Faroese accent?
The Faroese,
and,
no,
and
no,
don't sound
I-
like Terje.
Don't, oh man, that's a biggie. No, I really grow to like the Norwegian accent from
Norseman.
the Norseman, yeah. So Arvid and me, we just went down to the pub and we had some mead and our friends came by. But fy fan, this is not really the thing I was going to talk about, so I'm going back to you.
It's beautiful. The lowest country on the whole list of viewers on YouTube is India, which has 0.0%
But India is a fine country, yeah?
of our listeners. So if you know anybody in India, please send them this video so they may watch it as well. Thank you very
I
much.
actually have some Indian
yeah.
friends, so
I
I'm
have
going
some
to
Indian
recommend-
papadam and shit.
Stop that!
Amazing. I just finished the lyrics for the first demo.
You are my
You
hero.
didn't.
I did. And I started
No, you
recording
didn't.
vocals. I started, it's on my computer. I can, shall I grab it up? Can I do that? Yeah, I can.
You
I have it
might,
right here.
yes.
Give me a second.
Is it in Faroese?
is here and it's in English.
So it's
That
called
looked beautiful, yes.
White is the New White, or what?
Now we're getting into some dangerous territory. We're gonna get demonetized.
Oh.
Hold your horses there, boy. I started recording vocals yesterday, and I recorded the first phrase. And I listened to it. I deleted everything immediately and started practicing vocals again. My God, I'm out of shape. Fortunately, Victoria, my girlfriend, she's a vocal coach, and she's been studying this for a longer time than I have even. So she gave me some good tips, and I have some exercises that I have to go through. Holy moly, I'm out of shape. It's more than a year ago since we played live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was February 20th.
Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible.
I haven't been touching my instruments too much, I must say. Too much work, and there's not much time for it, to be
Okay.
quite honest.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but when you have to have you make some income, there's not much playing.
Nope.
I mean,
So,
I'm doing quite a lot of practice, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
and especially the recording is driving me nuts. I mean, I have this new rack, the Behringer X32 rack, and it sounds amazing, but I still have some other problems with it, so driving me nuts. So I'm just keeping it to the practice.
Yeah, the technical stuff. You know what? I should get our manager, and we should visit you and help you with the setup, because he would fix it in a heartbeat.
No, he already helped me a lot, Anton. When you're watching this, spasiba, mój drug. But there's
Mój
one
drug,
thing.
you?
Mój drug, da?
No. No, you should say spasiba, Anton, my burunduk. Yeah.
Spasiba, Anton, stary izvrasheniec.
That's an insider joke. So, yes. So, Anton, thank you very much so far. But there's still one thing we have to get out of the way. But Anton is aware of that. So, this is not the place and time to talk about that.
Anywho,
sorry.
What I've been spending my time on recently is I was watching the Mars landing for hours.
Oh, me too.
Holy
Me too.
moly, that was exciting. Did you see that?
Yes. Yeah. We watched it with my girlfriend.
No, not really.
Well, it's still on. If you find the NASA YouTube channel, everything
No,
is still there.
you sent me some links to it, but I had no time to watch it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't-
Sorry for you.
I don't find it that exciting. A little bit though.
We were watching they were showing the landing in real time. That was real time, 17 minutes later, whatever it is, to Mars. And there were so many things that could go wrong. Did you know there are more than 50 attempted Mars landings, 5 of which have been successful?
I didn't know
I've
about
heard
50 attempts.
I've heard about that.
Billions
before,
they've wasted. I mean, just burning up in the thin atmosphere, crashing into the surface, missing the planet, whatever. and this is extremely exciting. And they've been showing some video on NASA's YouTube channel from Mars. It's just mind-boggling.
I saw some pictures that they have. This is not from this landing, but pictures that put together through the years of an area where they can only do a few frames, so they have to put a whole lot of pictures together to make a whole picture, and it's amazing to see. But and I also got to know why they actually don't send a video, why they send pictures instead of video, and that's because of the range. You know how much this video takes to send.
Just from the Faroes to Czechia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the transmission rate to Mars is a bit lower than that.
It can be. I think I saw the same video as you did, Gunnar. I think they said usually the transmission rate is like around 32 kilobyte per second. I mean, just think about just think about sending a video of like 10 gig with that rate.
Take a long time.
If they are lucky, they have like 1 or 2 megabyte per second. But that's just really rare occasions. So yeah, it's amazing that we already have this kind of footage. And by the way, I didn't know after this Mars landing, I dig down a little bit into the topic. I didn't know that there were already several probes on Venus as well. The Venera.
I was aware of that. So.
Yeah, I didn't know, and so that the Venera 13 landed in 1982 and survived for 2 whole hours. So we have actually pictures from that as well.
Yeah.
What was
from
that? Russia?
The surface. Yeah. That's Soviet. Yeah.
Спасибо большое, мои друзья. Yeah, that was. I was aware of that. That was quite fascinating. And the atmosphere and pressure and temperature and everything on Venus means it only survives for a very short time if it even reaches the surface. But yeah, I remember seeing the pictures.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, those 2 hours I think it was like 127 minutes that probe, the Venera 13 survived. That was already way longer than they expected it to survive. So, I mean,
well,
the temperature is just it's
I've been
several Celsius.
I've been looking at other stuff that's it's not Mars, but I've been looking very much at this deep sea explorations, and what I find very interesting is that scientists continuously have said through times that life cannot exist under these conditions, and they're proving time after time they've been proving wrong. And the same goes for the exploration on I'm quite sure on Mars, and also I think they are mentioning something about Venus, that maybe there is some sort of bacteria or something that's possibly alive up there. So, you know,
I think
I'm sure they're gonna be proven wrong. So
the most promising area in this solar system, I think, is Europa. A moon to Saturn or Jupiter.
Jupiter, I think.
Because there's definitely liquid water and
under the ice surface. I think
that would be an exciting mission.
Oh yeah.
I hope I'm alive by then. Did you know that they test drove some of the landing gear in the Faroes in 2014 for the Mars landing?
No.
There's some landscape in the Faroes that's very similar to what is on Mars, and they came to the Faroes. I'm not sure they had the actual vehicle, maybe something similar. And this was big news in 14, but I've forgotten until now. They reissued these news on Faroes media just to pat ourselves on the back a little bit during this landing. And they were there. A Faroes engineer was also involved in producing the landing gear that is now on Mars. He's at the Danish University, DTU, working in the space department.
They have actually been that university has been producing more than a few different stuff for satellites and stuff. That's what actually went out into space. So
yeah,
but I mean it's
been doing quite a lot there in DTU that we don't know about. So
I mean,
did you go there ever, Gunnar?
I went for a mathematical course there, and I also actually got in. Yes, and I actually did get in as an engineer.
No.
Yeah, I actually did, but I said no because when I saw what kind of people were going to school there, I just. Hey, it's not for me.
I think you were probably right. You're better off as a rock star.
Yeah, no, that was not for me. But I love all I love technical aspects of life, of how to build stuff and how to get from A to B, which I find extremely fascinating.
The Earth to Mars, for example.
Yeah, because we haven't really gotten that far. It may look so, but we haven't really, because we're still tinkering with rockets, which are very crude objects, I would say. It's exciting, but very crude.
It's very funny that, I mean, you know that I love the Faroes, but patting yourselves on the back and saying, hey people, look at our terrain here in the archipelago. It's almost as barren as on Mars, so yeah.
Come here,
lovely.
It's nice.
It's really lovely.
Come look for life in the Faroes.
Oh, that's a tourist attraction. Come and experience Mars.
Right, in the middle of the ocean. No,
we're the Martians.
That could work.
Oh.
Local FO, please write an article about that, okay?
The spiders from Mars. All right. We have a few questions.
Let's hear them.
Fortunately, from some listeners. They were left over from last time and came in a bit late. This Olaf Hardardóttir asks, Gunnar, how on earth did you end up with a Pomeranian in the Faroes? She'd been trying to search some years ago and there was nothing similar to be found. She's in the Faroes, I understand.
Well, there's actually 2 Pomeranians here at this island. How I ended up, it's... No.
Do they hate each other?
Yes.
Lulu's arch enemy.
As I understand it, the other one is pretty hot-tempered, and mine is has no temper at all.
Now, don't start a family feud there.
No, I ended up with the dog we have. It's because my brother used to live in Spain, and he got one down there for some reason. Him and his wife. And when they started having children up here, that dog was slowly just can you take care of the dog? And, and eventually it just stayed here. So that's how I ended up with it. So
I know nothing about Pomeranians. Are they not good for children?
they are very good. It's a very, very nice little dog. It loves children. It loves to be petted. So it's a nice dog. And you've seen it. It's a cute little thing.
Yeah, it is. Hideous, cute little thing.
Yes.
It doesn't bark. Well, not very much anyway.
Not much, no.
So.
And she is very persistent. I mean, she came with us all the way to Trelanipa. And back.
Exactly.
That little thing.
I'm actually
Holy moly.
amazed how long that dog can walk, because it has very tiny
Short
legs.
Yeah.
It did. It's out there and back is almost 10 kilometers.
Yes.
Around, and she did that. So on the way home, she's a bit tired, but she makes it quite okay.
Good. She's not. She's a bit chubby. And
no, that's just
that dog. That dog thinks about food all the time. When I have my breakfast in the morning, it stands with its eye and looks at me and
crying.
When are you gonna think about me? So yeah.
All right, next question. Gabriel asks, do you have a favorite Nordic myth? Now, as we just talked about dogs, mine starts with a little puppy. When Loki went off on some errand and brought back a tiny, cute little puppy that grew and grew and grew until nobody had the courage to feed it. You can imagine Gunnar at the breakfast table giving the dog a little crumb. Next year, giving the dog a bigger crumb. And next year, I have that.
What the?
And then, how big is this thing gonna get? In the end, only the god Tyr had the courage to feed it, and they had to chain it. Tyr had to sacrifice his right hand for the Aesir to be able to chain it. That is probably my favorite Nordic myth, and that's what gave rise to the name of this band, Tyr.
And I love that myth as well. I think that's a cool one. I'm not so much into myths, but I like that one.
I like that
That
one
is?
as well. My favorite one, well, one of my favorites is the myth about how Sleipnir was born.
Oh,
The eight-legged horse of Odin. So the myth is that the gods asked an engineer, well, a giant, to build a wall around Asgard, and they told him if he is gonna be able to finish it within a year, I think they are giving her Freya, him Freya as his wife, and he was proceeding very well. So Loki thought about a trick, and he
Loki.
yeah, Loki, and he turned into a mare. He turned into a mare and attracted the steed of the giant, who was called Svadilfari. And well, out of that union, Sleipnir was born.
poor Loki.
So actually, Loki is the mother of a horse.
Yes. Weird.
Is that?
Don't-
You know,
we should add
gender
now.
stuff
We
in
should
the
add now.
Northern mythology.
We should add now. Don't try this at home.
No.
We're experts. All right. Yorm asks, I'm wondering about personal musical favorite parts or songs from any of the albums you've created. I always was super impressed with how you handle harmonies and the vocal harmonies particularly. Any suggestions? Personal favorite musical parts of songs that we've made.
Well, I love the middle part in against the gods, against all gods. What's the title?
Against the gods.
Against the gods. Yeah. That middle part is, I don't know. I really like the tempo and the melody of that. It gives me a lot of energy. And of course, Hall of Freedom. That is pure energy. I love to play the whole song.
Shit, I forgot the title.
We don't listen a lot to our own music. While you think, Gunnar, let me just mention maybe.
No, it's on the Ragnarok album. It was the song we were.
The Hunt?
Right to Hell.
Burning, Right to Hell, yeah.
Yeah, Right to Hell. There's a passage in the middle of the song. Oh, well, towards the end of the song. I can't explain where, but there's a passage. The whole thing. That's my favorite.
It's like the intro, right?
Ever.
Only the intro is acoustic, and this section is like full metal, of course. Is that the one you mean?
Yeah, it has this very nice beat between the drums and guitars and everything, and I always love that.
Coming on the contrapoint, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm very pleased with. I always get back to the one song, "King of Time" from the latest album, Hill. The melody and the guitar, together with the melody in the vocals of the verse. Now there's. The vocal melody is kind of stretchy and stretched. The notes are quite long, but the guitar melody goes a bit faster. I'm just very pleased with how that worked together and what kind of epic feeling it gives. And every time I listen to that, I think, you're not completely hopeless. Next question comes from Hope Helvete. That's really her name. Her mother, when she was born, her mother thought, what should I call her? I'll call her Helvete. What a horrible kid. No, just kidding. What are some memorable interactions you've had with fans? Do you remember a time you felt truly happy to meet a fan and see the impact you've had on them? Gunnar, you must experience that all the time. What joy I bring to the world. Oh, you lucky sons of darn Teutons to have me.
I must say it goes actually meeting the fans. I don't know. For me, it's what I see on stage. I see when we were playing. I see when you're having a good time. That means the most for me, and also when I meet the fans backstage and they said they had a hell of a time, and that
And then they take off their clothes. No.
That helps. No. Well, everyone.
No, that never happens anymore. I mean,
I wouldn't have that happen. No, I think that. I think in general when people come up, and there's no special ones, it's all of them. When they come out and say they had a blast of a time, that means everything. Then we've done what we're supposed to be doing.
Look, sometimes people say that the music, not just about the show, but the music meant a lot in their lives and their upbringing and their youth or whatever, and that really kind of gets me off guard every time. It's not what one imagined when one started playing music, that people would come to you and say that this means so much to me, and not just now but throughout my entire life. That's a real extra bonus.
I could relate very well to that, because I had the same feeling when I started listening to music. I listen a lot to Iron Maiden, and I believe it or not, I think I came sane through the other end just because of that. Because
that might very well be, yes.
That gave me some pointers in life or whatever.
Assuming you are sane at this point.
Relatively speaking.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, let's not get into details. As metal stars, as rock stars go, yeah, we're sane enough.
But I remember the feeling very well that if you had a shitty day, putting an Iron Maiden record on, it would. Oh man! That feeling went away, and so I think.
Look, I think I talked already about an incident when we talked about Iron Maiden a few podcasts ago. When there was this lady, this couple who met me downstairs at the venue in I don't remember the venue right now, and the woman just completely collapsed, realizing that she just met me, the singer of Týr, and that was probably the most starstruck person I've ever seen. But usually just meeting people and see, like you said, Gunnar, you see from the stage how much they're enjoying themselves. It's that's a win-win every time.
Yeah.
And when, especially, usually they don't talk about it personally, but I saw several comments like on YouTube that they're thanking us for the music.
Thank you.
I did an ABBA reference there. You see, so they're thanking us for the music because we improved their lives in a very dark time of their lives. Because they were suicidal or depressed, or and they came out of it, according to them, because of our music, and that is something truly amazing. I think
that is yes.
It's something like medicine, the ultimate medicine, or another thing, which I encountered maybe twice or 3 times since I'm playing the drums, that somebody comes to me and says, "Well, it's because of you that I started to play an instrument or even the drums," and it's like, seriously? I mean. And,
you had nothing better to do?
Yeah, seriously? You want to throw your life away like that?
I had that a few times, and I quite hurried over and said, you should actually listen to this guy instead. But believe me.
Exactly.
You're way better off. No. But yes, music means a lot to people. Music means much more to people than one should think.
Yeah.
It's so an important part of human.
Yeah.
It's much deeper than anything. It's not just a tool. It's a part of us. We react to music. And
of course, it's
been
art.
Doing that, and it's very interesting.
It's art in a way, and everybody has it. Everybody has some kind of music. All native societies have some kind of music, even the Faroese, as I like to exploit. And I've heard some stories, especially from people who lived in the Soviet Union, where they could risk their lives, maybe, but at least jail time or fines, having Western music. They didn't care. They would gladly risk it just to have, I don't know, a Beatles LP or something, whatever they like to listen to. And that really says something about, it's not just entertainment. It really isn't. It's something much deeper to people, and they will risk jail, even their lives, for access to it.
In most cases, you would see this if you put a lot of people together in a camp somewhere. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna sing, and sooner or later, everybody's singing. That's something that is very deep within us.
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
If we were all locked up at Bandcamp, we'd set up a show. No problem.
Oh, I'll have
No
my way
questions
with.
asked.
I'll have my way with the flute.
All right.
Actually,
Look.
with the flutist.
Flutes.
Flutes.
Or whatever your preference is. I don't know.
Yes,
It's 2021. Who cares anymore?
About Bandcamp, Thaddeus, I got a question on YouTube for the last show. You're not the only one who thought that we were directly connected to our Bandcamp account, and if you're under the misapprehension that whatever you purchase at Bandcamp goes directly to the band, that is not true. It goes to Metal Blade Records and Napalm Records, and from there we get our tiny share. So it's not all it's cranked up to be. Record labels use it to release music as they do anywhere, and it's not under the control of any signed band.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So if you really want to support us, there's buying CDs at our own web store and some merch, and you find that at Týr.fo. Very simple, very short, to our great advantage.
Any questions?
We have run out of questions.
What? No way.
Gunnar, do you have a
20 last time?
I have a question.
Are you guys gonna play all evening? Or is Creedence coming on after you? Now there's a good band.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
Definitely.
What's his name? Fogarty.
Yes,
John Fogarty.
yeah, he should be.
Must be ancient.
Should be.
I remember one time we played, I think in Salt Lake City, and the backstage was, it was actually right behind the stage, and you had to go down some stairs, and downstairs there was some kind of kitchen for
75.
What now? Oh, okay.
He's 75. Yeah.
I see. Good. Thanks for the info, Gunnar.
And some of the girls were working. Who were working at the club. They were working down at the kitchen as well. And we came down from stage, and people were chanting. They were expecting more. Play one more song, and the girls downstairs. No, just stop right now. they didn't realize we were standing behind them, and we were like, oh, come on, serious? Not even one? Oh, sorry, I gotta go now.
Yeah, of course, people who work there aren't necessarily into metal at all.
No, of course not. Especially since that very day, we were up kind of early. And we were done around 10 or 10:30 maybe.
Oh, maybe they were waiting for Children of Bodom or something.
No. There was actually a hip hop or rap show afterwards.
I remember.
I remember this. Yes,
they redid the whole club after our show, and we went outside, and they were already lining up. People who were actually coming to the hip hop gig.
We in the wrong business, man.
Wrong business.
I remember now. We played a show in Russia in our very early days. We played in I think there was some rich guy or whatever. He had a club, and he invited us to play at this club, and we played a few numbers. I think we played a half set, and then went for a break. And he decided that we should not go on again, because people, they wanted this was a discotheque. You should remember this place. This was
I do.
Petroskaya, and I also remember I have this very funny, I don't know if I should tell, but there was a woman coming up to me and say, I love you. And in this very, Russian way. I love you. And of course I said, oh, thank you very much. No. I love you. And I said, oh, thank you very much. And I still thought he was talking about the band. And I said, no. I love you. And I said, oh my God. And she actually had her husband with her. So I say, sorry, have to make it upstairs.
I remember this place. There was a cinema and a casino and everything.
Yeah, well, bar and everything.
Yeah, it was a huge complex.
Yeah. And this is the place where because my brother's wife is one of my brothers, big fan, is Russian. So she taught me to say chut-chut if I ask for vodka. I'd say chut-chut water, just a little bit of vodka.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, I'll use this phrase. So I think a chut-chut vodka. And she came with a whole glass of vodka. And I said, no, chut-chut vodka. No, chut-chut vodka. That was a very little vodka. So I looked at the guys next to me, and he had a big glass of vodka.
He had Bolshoi vodka.
No way in age that I would drink this whole glass of vodka. I couldn't bottom that at all. I mean, and they were just sitting there sipping their vodka. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Strange to see.
We're really amateur alcoholics, we are.
Oh, back in those days.
Oh, back in the day.
Not alcoholics anymore. Back in the day. So. No.
All right. So we got a tour story there too. That was a good one. That was a good one, Gunnar. So
very good one.
Russia is the place.
Oh, Russia is fantastic.
So if you want to keep up with us, and even if you're from Russia, you can follow us on Instagram, where we are Týr_official. I think Gunnar is also on Instagram, where he is Guns Base. That's GUNZ Base.
I've been on that page once.
You have 4
I'm
pictures.
on there too.
I
Thaddeus,
do?
I believe you are drummer Tad.
Yes, it is. Drama.
My Instagram, drama queen. My Instagram is just Here Johansson, and you can find us all there. Although don't expect too much from Gunnar.
No.
We'll get you
Super
back
active.
on there. On Facebook, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, you can find us as Týr Band. Very simple. And tours shall resume one day. In which case, you will want to follow us on bandsintown.com/Týr, and they will let you know.
We
whenever.
do have an upcoming show soon in May. In the Faroe Islands.
Yes. We do.
Let's be patient with that.
There's a fairly good possibility it will happen.
I think
Because we are not so there's almost no corona here in the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, I was supposed to appear at some kind of conference in the Faroes. They cancelled all international guests for fear of spreading corona. So even if I went to the Faroes and did quarantine and everything, they'd rather not. They'd rather I didn't came, which is understandable. Czechia is really horrible right now. Even the regions are closed off, so you're not allowed to leave your village. You're not allowed to cross regions.
No, I actually heard this about Hungary. It's very bad at the moment.
I'm in Czechia.
But Hungary is getting worse as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. The count is going up steeply right now as well.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, at least the vaccines are here. I mean, it's slow, but you know.
Look, it's in the show is at the end of May. Where there's 3 months. Anything could happen. It doesn't. Honestly, I hope it happens. Of course. I would just say.
Hope so. I hope so.
Doesn't look perfect.
I want to touch my base.
You can do that anytime, man.
Don't you think so, right?
What I was getting at is people should sign up at bandsintown.com/Týr to make sure they don't miss our shows once we go on tour again. That would be beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can listen to our music on any crappy platform you like your music. I sure do listen on Spotify and Tidal, but none of that is ever going to pay a living wage to any musician. I'm very happy people have easy and cheap access to the music, because I'm very happy for my own access to music, of course. But like I said, if you really want to support us, the way you do it is to go to tier.fo and buy a CD and LP merch, or sign up for our newsletter. You can even sign up at patreon.com/tierband and put questions directly to us and pay us a little bit of money. We put out episodes on the 7th and 22nd of each month at 1700 Central European Time. Unless you gentlemen have something critical to add.
No.
I will say thank you for listening, and we hope to see you back here on the 22nd of March at 5 p.m. Central European Time. Nasledano.
Adios!
Auf Wiedersehen.